call forth your higher self, or a guide, or someone who would like to speak with us today from the light.
Greetings.
Greetings. Who am I speaking with today?
This is Uriel.
Hello, Uriel. How are you?
What can we help you with today?
May I ask you some questions today?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. It has been a while since I've spoken with you. Thank you for coming through. I am curious lately about my connection to the sun. I seem to be seeing a lot of sunlight or a fire behind my eyes, and it seems like there are lots of synchronicities when it comes to the sun. How can I find out more, or is there anything you can tell me at this time about that?
Your son is going through some spiritual changes right now, having more energy, is giving out more light energy to everyone on your planet. Some people are feeling more spiritual because of that. They are getting their gifts from it, and it is pushing more light into your planet.
Okay.
Everyone on your planet is feeling it.
Okay.
It is a strong light that is being pushed into it to help soothe your planet. There is a lot of negative energy still hanging around on your planet, but it is slowly being pushed away. Most of it is still fighting, trying to make everything harder, but it is not going to win. The light is always stronger than the negative energies. It is always stronger and it always will be. When you feel the sunlight on your body or the energy from the sun, even if you're not directly in the sunlight, light in general that comes through your living quarters is still sunlight. Even if you're not directly involved with the light outside, you can still feel it inside because it is light. When you're outside, the energy is stronger because you can feel the warmth from the light, and that gives you more power. Sometimes, when it's really, really hot outside, some people cannot tell that it's a good light because it makes them very hot. And some of them get kind of grumpy because they're hot. But that doesn't mean it's bad light. It's just their body type cannot handle the heat as much. But the light is still good for their bodies.
Okay.
It is giving more spiritual power to a lot of people. It is making some people what you call wake up because they are starting to see things. The sunlight makes color come into your eyes, and when you close your eyes, you can almost see the colors better.
Yes. I've
Most of the
noticed
light is a purple color mixed with orange with a little bit of yellow. Those three colors come through. It is like a super aura. That's what we call it. It's like the aura of the sun.
that. Oh.
And it is a good aura, and it brings good feelings into everyone's bodies. And also, you can see the colors in your sky. A lot of people are starting to see the orange, and they're taking photos of it because it is so beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I've seen those.
It is giving them good feelings in their hearts, and it makes them see good things and feel good things. But that is good because that is the way it is all the time up here. And the reason why they feel that way is they can remember being up here.
Oh.
They don't notice that, but when they see that, they don't realize that they see home, which is here. When you see that, it is home.
Okay. So I guess the sunlight we saw the other night, the sunset.
Yes, and that is what you saw.
Mm-hmm. That was,
You were looking at home.
yeah,
Did you have a really good feeling, like so happy that you just could not explain it?
yes,
Because you felt like you were home
yes,
and you were very happy.
yes.
That is why.
Uh-huh. I felt it in my heart a lot, but then also all over, like in my stomach, my solar plexus.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, everywhere. And
It helps with your chakras as well.
yeah, okay. So other people are also having greater gifts and things.
Everyone is feeling it and everyone is
Mhm.
getting their gifts.
Yeah.
It scares some people because you were taught certain things in a certain religion and they don't understand it.
Hmm.
And it scares them because they think they shouldn't be feeling it, but they supposed to feel it. That is the way it's supposed to be. That is the way you're supposed to be all the time. Your planet's supposed to be like we are here in the light. But of course, since you're in a three-dimensional area and you have people controlling everything, giving you negative things to concentrate on, that is what's stopping most people.
Mm.
They feel it sometimes and sometimes they do not.
Yes. Um, I know some people wish they could feel it more, or are not sure that they can feel it. What would you tell those people who want to feel it?
Just when you feel the sunlight, just let it in.
Mhm.
There is nothing negative about it.
Okay.
You will see things that you've never seen before,
Mm.
and they are not scary things. They shouldn't be scary things. Sometimes people see things to them that look scary, but that's only because they were programmed that way on
Mm.
your planet.
Mm.
You could see something that looks totally scary to you, but it could be a totally happy thing. It could be a happy being, but it just looks scary to you because you've never seen it before.
Oh, I see.
So just because it's something you've never seen before and it looks scary, if it is not attacking you, then it is a good being.
Hmm.
Just because it looks scary does not mean it is scary because you've never seen it before. And when you see the light, the colors, let them in. If
Hmm.
you see a scary looking being, just look at the being
Hmm.
because the being is not going to hurt you.
Okay.
You can even talk to the being. And once you talk to the being, you will realize that you should not be scared. You should have never been scared because the programming on your planet is very strong and they put so much fear into people. That is all they know.
Hmm.
When they start seeing good things, it scares them and they're afraid to follow up on the good things because they're afraid of something negative happening. You cannot think about negative, just always think positive.
Hmm.
Sometimes it is hard, but just think positive all the time. Once you start thinking positive, positive things will happen.
Uh-huh.
If you feel like you're backed into a corner and you feel like you're going to give up, don't give up. Just think about good things. Think about good things. On your planet, you call it praying, but we don't really necessarily think you should pray because you shouldn't be worshiping us anyway. So if you say on your planet, most people say, please, God, could you help me? That is a good one because God, what you call, is source. Source will help sometimes because you are asking. So if you ask sometime, doesn't mean he's going to say no.
Oh.
Sometimes he does say no because your path is supposed to go a different direction. And
Uh,
either way, you will go around that negative thing to get to the good thing. because he cannot tell you how to do it, but it might not be at the right time to do that
Mm-hmm.
for your path. Eventually, you will get there. You will get there. Wherever you need to go, you will get there eventually.
Okay, so asking isn't. Some people say that you should s- say where you are to manifest it. You know, instead of asking. So asking is not necessarily bad.
No,
Then okay, okay.
manifesting is one of those gifts that everyone has
Hmm.
because most people on your planet think they are powerless
Yeah.
and they have to be given things. But that's like I said, but that's because everything on your planet is programmed that way. They want you to be given something. You know, you're always given things. You work and they give you pay to buy things. That is a terrible way to live. Your planet should not be that way. Everyone should be living free.
Hmm.
Everyone should be living free. No one really should be having to work to get what they need. We said that before, we say it many times because it is true.
Yeah.
No one should be working. Everyone should be abundant. Everyone should be abundant. And there are sayings that says that if everyone thinks that way, then it will change, which is true.
Really. Hmm.
The chances of that happening on your planet is very low for everyone to do it at the same time, but it is possible.
Hmm.
Nothing is impossible.
That reminds me of something the Metatron said. He said a couple of channelings ago that it's possible to be in what some people call 5D or the new Earth now.
It
How?
is possible.
Okay.
It is
How?
possible. 5D is the closest to what you have here, where we are in the light.
Okay.
That's why we say, when the flash comes, which we haven't spoke of that in a long time, that is how this planet is going to be. It's going to be light everywhere, and everyone is going to be free. You can think that way and be in 5D. There are people that are actually living on your planet, living in a 5D reality.
Really?
Some of them don't even have any money. But most of the
Wow.
ones that are living in 5D are living in nature,
Right. Okay.
away from what you are living in. Some people that you call homeless people are living in a 5D
Mhm.
because they have no connection to your so called matrix. They are not working, they're homeless, they have no money, but their minds are totally free because they have no restraints. Nobody even looks at them half of the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you think about it, if nobody looks at them, they are practically invisible.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes when you see a homeless person, they might not be smiling, but they are not necessarily upset because they are free. The only thing they need is food to live. If they always had food to live
Mhm.
and didn't have to beg for it, they will be totally free.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if they didn't have to eat anything to live, they would not be on those streets. They will be out in nature away from people and living. But unfortunately, they have human bodies, so they need food, so they have to beg for money or food to survive. Most of them don't even want to get a job because that means they'll have to go back into your so called matrix and they'll be trapped into the system again.
Yeah. Is that why it feels so bad to be working and not?
Yes,
Yeah.
nobody wants to work.
Not that
Nobody
way.
wants to work for money.
Mm-mm.
But unfortunately, in your system, you have to.
Yeah. So can you be in 5D when you have to work?
It is possible if you have a certain profession that you love and you can do it well, and you do it so well that you make so much what you call your currency,
Mm.
where you can get away a lot
Mm.
and build things away from people, it is possible.
Mm.
It is possible for people on your planet to have like lots of money to get away because they can build something totally what they need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They can literally disappear because they have all they need in a certain spot. And if your government can't find them, then they're safe
Mm.
because the world government does not like people, no one living on their own without their help.
Yeah.
If you can build something to keep you, to sustain you for the rest of your life, away from everyone and the matrix, that is living in 5D.
Mm.
That is living in 5D. If you can live on your own without no restraints, that is living in 5D.
Would it actually change and look like 5D, what we've been told it's supposed to look like?
You
Or,
can make it look that way
mm.
because you won't have any interaction with anyone, anything but nature.
Uh-huh. Okay.
See, if you think about it, nature, what most people don't know, nature is 5D
Uh-huh.
because the government tries to control nature
Uh-huh. Yeah.
by having forest services and
Mm.
all of that other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they really cannot control all nature. There are some parts on your planet that nobody has control over that's in nature. And that's where all of what you call the elementals live.
Yeah. Yeah.
And are areas that the world government cannot touch because elementals have powers that they cannot control. But the world government is trying to put signs around those areas so nobody would go in there.
Oh.
Even though people can still go in there, they put those signs out there to scare people.
Hmm.
They say, okay, we can't go in there because the government will stop us. No.
Hmm.
They did that because they know the elementals live in that area and they are more powerful than your government.
Yeah. Are those
So if you go in those areas, you may never want to come back. That's how some people disappear
Wow.
because they find those places and
Mm-hmm.
they see how happy it is
Mm-hmm.
and they say they never want to go back. It's almost like when you have a near death experience. When you have a near death experience, most people do not want to come back to their
Oh,
lives because
yeah.
it is so beautiful here.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
do not want to leave.
Right.
But unfortunately, some have things they need to take care of, and we send them back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Well, for those that don't have land or way to do that, what do you recommend? Is there anything we can?
The closest you can do to get to 5D is to make a sanctuary for yourself. Just for yourself.
Uh,
If it's possible, it may sound bad the way we say it, even if the people are nice. Probably be best to keep them out of your area. If they want to visit, you can let them visit.
mm,
But if it's a way that you don't have to let them visit, then that's good. See, it sounds like we're saying keep away people to have a perfect 5D,
mm,
which in reality, that is true because you don't need to be around a lot of people to have good feelings. You can have good feelings by yourself. If you're a strong person, you can literally live by yourself and be perfectly fine.
mhm.
But most people on your planet have been distilled with
Yeah.
social this, social that. They got to have a lot of people to feel good about themselves, unfortunately. And that is not the way you're supposed to be living.
Mhm.
You don't need anyone else's approval. But unfortunately, in your time, right now, everyone is looking for someone's approval. And
Yeah.
the main thing is what you call social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Social media is not good. You can use it to spread goodness, which we like. If you're doing it to bring awareness and bring goodness to people's hearts, we like that. But if you're just doing it to get attention for yourself, that is not a good reason to be doing it. Because if no one's paying you attention, some people will get upset, and that is negative energy. They cannot deal with it. You have to be a strong person to navigate through your social media.
Yeah.
If you can do social media and not care what anyone thinks about you, then that is the way you're supposed to run with social media. That way you can give a message, and if nobody hears a message, then you do not care because you're just giving a message just to help people. And if you give a message and no one cares and you don't care, then that's the way it's supposed to be because that's how you stay strong.
Yeah.
You don't send messages out to have people like you. You
Right.
send messages out to help people.
Yeah. Yeah. It can't be an ego thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the person on your planet that you called Jesus or Yeshua was not preaching what you call for likes.
Right.
He was preaching
For
to
likes.
help people.
Exactly.
And a lot of people didn't even listen to him, but he did not care because he was just giving the message out there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. So there's something, this is a question, real quick. With me and Travis and our private time, we have, I think, Tantra going on. And we don't really know much about it. Is that something we should study, or is there
You do know about it.
Well,
You're
yes,
doing it.
We're doing it, yes. So
there's nothing else you need to know
do.
about it. You are doing it.
Okay.
You are doing it correctly.
Okay.
See, there's things about things on your planet. It is just part of your human existence. You always want to know more. You always want to know more.
Yeah.
There is no more you need to know.
Okay.
You are doing it correctly.
Well, I wondered if anyone else could, learn about it if they, wanted that in their lives, and if single people could have it.
Well, when it comes to that, that is one thing you cannot teach. Okay. You can tell them how you do it, but people have their own chemistry. I see. You cannot tell another couple how you do it.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it chemistry or I guess I don't really
It's chemistry and it's mindful. See, if you explain to someone how you do it, they might get it and they might not. See, someone on your planet called it that.
Right.
They just made up a name for it.
Right.
But in reality, that is the way you're supposed to have it anyway.
Okay. Well, it seems like it's energy.
It's definitely energy.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is. See, you keyed in. You're having it the right way because you're not having it just to have it. See, a lot of people on your planet, they just have what you call sex. They're just having it. And they're not even really they think they're connecting to each other, but they're not. They're just connecting to their urges. The way you do it, you are actually feeling each other and you're in each other's minds.
Yeah, it's very...
And a lot of people cannot do that. So there's nothing, you cannot teach that because people will not understand.
It's never happened with anyone except for Travis. Is that because it's our chemistry?
Yes. Even with him, he has never done that before with anybody.
Right.
He just did the act. And yes, the act feels good. But what you call the tantric sex is on a whole different level. That is a whole different level. It cannot be taught.
Really?
You can try to explain it to people, but they will not understand.
So those classes that people have, do those not really work? Or is it,
Sometimes they do because
yeah,
some people will really get it.
really understand
So,
how to teach it? Yeah.
I guess in ways you can try to teach it,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people will not get it.
Okay.
So, I guess in some ways it can be taught,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a big risk you're taking because a lot of
Yeah.
people will get upset because they just won't get it
Yeah.
and they will get frustrated and they will just give up and just have the regular sex they always have, which is not terrible
Yeah.
because even with regular sex, you still connect with a person in a certain way, but it's usually just in a sexual way. Tantric sex is when you're connecting with your partner on
Mm-hmm.
a whole different level. It's not even about the bodies touching each other. It's different.
Yeah, it almost seems like you wouldn't even need to touch sometimes.
You
You,
don't need to touch
yeah,
sometimes.
you could have a full body bliss orgasm for a long time
Yes,
without even touching. It's
you
amazing.
totally just explained it. That
Oh,
is exactly
okay.
right.
So, can a single person do that too?
They can do it
Okay,
on
I
themselves.
thought so. Yeah, yeah.
As a
And,
matter of fact, when people do what you call masturbating,
uh,
that is tantric sex.
really? Oh,
Yes.
we're so shamed about these things, you know? Gosh, I remember growing up and that was very bad. Church taught it was bad, but even people thought it was bad. Like, it was just shameful and you didn't talk about that. And, you know, I'm thinking of it differently now. And I read a book by a lady named Karen Laurie. I'm
That
sure you've seen me reading her books, right? She's
woman
mm,
has found
she is
the light secret.
she is dialed in all ways, I think.
She has found the secret that everyone should be doing.
I know. She just glows.
She stays happy regardless.
Yes.
Even when something goes wrong, she does not care. She still smiles and stays happy.
I can see it in her face. I can.
Everyone could do that if they put pressure on themselves and
Uh-huh.
just stay happy.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
The happy energy keeps happy things happening.
And that must be why I was so drawn to her because I could see that divine. It's like a divine love in her. She glows.
Yes, no matter what she goes through, she stays happy.
Uh-huh.
And it took her a long time to figure it out. And when she
Yeah.
figured it out, everything just started flowing.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So just do that.
Okay.
If you have any hesitation, just keep thinking happy. If
Okay.
you're going to do something, think happy before you do it, and happiness will start.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It takes a lot of practice to do that, but it, it's well, the negative energy will try to get you to do something else.
Yes.
And so you have to really be aware of what you're thinking or what thoughts are coming into your mind and then push those negative ones away. And that is a thing we're not used to doing. We have to learn it.
Yes. You have to learn it.
Okay. Okay. Another question I had, I have seen in our hypnosis forum or quantum healers forum a method that someone is doing that I have been really interested in. Is all well?
Yes.
Okay. She calls it rescripting, where when someone has gone through trauma, say they had trauma as a child, she will change the story for that child and make it so there's a different story. The child is in a safe place, and they can, in the person's mind, leave that child in the new story in the safe place. And then they can go forward and imagine a happy life and then bring that back to this life. They change the story of their life to be what it would be that they wanted to have. And it seems to work. And I was wondering what you thought of that method.
Yes, that works.
Yes?
You can change your story.
Okay.
That is another secret that a lot of people are figuring out.
Yeah.
If you had something bad happening to you in the past, you can totally rewrite it. The way you rewrite it, if something bad happens to you, you literally just say, that did not happen to me. You totally just disregard it.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. If you get hit by a car and you're paralyzed,
Mm-hmm.
you could totally rewrite that.
Wow.
It is possible for you
Okay.
to walk again.
Wow.
You can literally think that you could walk again because that had happened to you, and it will happen. A lot of people on your planet thinks that is impossible.
Huh.
That is not impossible, because it is possible for you to heal yourself.
Okay.
It is possible. If you were taught wrong, somebody did something wrong to you as a kid, you could override that and say, no, that did not happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it will go away. You won't remember anymore. See, that is what this individual does.
Uh-huh.
When
Yeah.
something bad happens to him, he totally forgets about it. And the only time he remembers is when somebody brings it up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you seen that happen before? I think you have, because he was talking to one of his family members. He said, do you remember this
Mm-hmm.
person doing this to you?
Yes.
And you said, oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
That's what he does.
Okay.
He's been rewriting his life his whole life.
Uh-huh.
That's why nothing bothers him that much, because he just doesn't remember it. If it was bad, he just does not remember it. That's why he never has any problems, because he just doesn't remember. He doesn't give those people that much credit for what they did to him. He just forgets.
Uh-huh.
That's why when somebody brings something up and said, do you remember me doing this to you? And he just says no, because he doesn't.
Uh-huh.
He rewrote his life.
That's good.
And then when they do bring it up, it still doesn't make him feel bad, because he's like, well, crap, that sucks. And that's it.
Yeah. He only thinks a little bit about, well, I think he waits for things to change.
Yes.
And he thinks a little bit about past things, but he doesn't dwell on them.
He gives everyone second chances, so he forgets.
Okay.
That is their second chance.
Oh, I see. Did you teach him that from the time he was young? Did he have a gift for this? Or?
Yes, he already had that already, because when someone did something to him, he just forgot about it. But he also didn't talk to them anymore either.
Okay.
So that's another way he was able to forget about it, because somebody did something to them, he just did not interact with them anymore.
Now, some would say that's like stuffing it away and not dealing with it. And for some people, it could be that way.
But that's exactly what it is.
Because they're remembering.
Why do you want to deal with it for? Why?
I guess they're remembering it.
But it's not helping you remembering anything bad. So why would you do that?
I think because we associate pain with, I don't know why. I don't know why those cycles happen. I guess it's what we're trained to do.
You are trained to be negative.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
See, when somebody does something to you, it doesn't matter why they did it to you, because that is none of your business. Even if it has something, even if they did that to you, it doesn't matter why they did that to you. It is none of your business. The only thing you can do is say, well, I'm not going to think about it no more. Get out of my way.
Right.
Just don't interact with that person anymore.
Right.
You literally just disappear.
Yeah. Okay.
See, you can't invest all your feelings into people that
Okay.
do bad things to you
Mm,
because
yeah.
they did it to you because they don't care about you.
Mhm.
So if they don't care about you, then you shouldn't care about what they did to you, and you should not care about them. When they come back and say, "I'm sorry I did that to you," then you're like, "Oh, okay," but I don't even remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can try to be friends with them again,
Mhm.
and you just don't remember what they did to you.
um. So there are a lot of people going through hard times right now where they are with someone that is harming them
Uh,
currently. Do they just have to figure their way out of that?
if you with someone, a significant or other,
Hmm.
especially if you are married to them,
Yeah.
that is a different situation because you are tied together.
Yeah.
So if that person is doing something bad to you, really bad to you, unfortunately, that is when you have to get out of the situation. You can try what you call counseling because sometimes that works. But if it doesn't work, then you have to get out of that situation. You have to let that person go and let them deal with their things. Because even though you are tied together,
Hmm.
we here in the light also know just because you are tied together, sometimes your path's supposed to split and go in different directions.
Yeah.
Because you had that, you put that in your so called plan
Mm.
when you got there.
Okay.
You may not have to be together the whole time. You was probably there for a little bit. You say, okay, we have to split up, so we have to meet the other significant others that we supposed to be with because it was part of the plan.
Okay.
Everything is planned.
Hmm. Yeah. Some people are wondering, how did I get in this mess, and what am I going to do? And I've been there too. So.
Yes, because everyone's plan has to do with love.
Uh-huh.
Even if you plan to go down to a certain world and get killed,
Hmm.
that plan is still set in a loving way. Because even the person that kills you, that was their plan to do that.
Hmm.
And eventually they will go into the light. Like I said, no one goes to hell because hell doesn't exist.
Do people ever delay going up to the light? That's what I was wondering. Like stay on
That
the
is
earth?
possible.
Okay.
There are some beings when they don't go directly into the light.
Uh-huh.
They can go anytime they want,
Yeah.
but some of them do stick around in that area.
Yeah. Okay.
The reason why is because it is true. That is one thing that is true. They stick around so they can watch over. But they can watch over them up here as well. But when they're there on that plane,
Mm-hmm.
it is different. They can still do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost like we don't even consider it limbo. It's almost like it may sound bad, but that is also kind of a fun place as well. Because here, where we are, the light, we cannot move things on your planet.
Oh yes.
See, if you don't go into the light, you still on the physical plane, but in a different dimension.
Yeah.
So that's how they can still move things on your planet.
Oh, I
They can
see.
knock things over because they're in a different dimension. So they're
Mm-hmm.
still in the physical plane in their spiritual body,
Mm-hmm.
but they can knock things over. They can make sounds. They can
Yeah.
even talk to their loved ones sometimes.
Okay.
That's how their loved ones see them in what you call ghost.
Can they go back and forth or?
No,
Okay.
once they come here into the light, the only time they can go back is when they go into another life.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I notice our light in the front room goes on at nighttime sometimes.
Yes, those are energies.
Yeah, I thought
See,
that.
those energies are not spiritual. See, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those energies are physical. Those energies are in a
Oh.
different dimension.
Oh.
That's why the light comes on.
Oh.
Energies are physical.
Oh. Oh.
on a physical plane in
Oh,
a different
wow.
dimension. So that's why the lights can come on.
That's deep. Wow.
Yes. So when someone dies,
Mm-hmm.
they're still in the physical plane if they stick around.
Right.
They just can't be seen. Sometimes they can be seen if they want to,
Uh-huh.
but they can knock things over.
Could they turn the light on?
They can do anything they
Trigger it?
want.
Okay. Okay.
See, that's why I say it's kind of a fun area for a lot of them because they're halfway in the light,
Yeah.
but halfway in your plane, but in a different dimension.
Uh-huh.
They can make things happen.
But then there are energies that are physical. Physical.
Physical in a different
In a
dimension,
different dimension. Wow.
which is what
True.
most of the elementals live in a different dimension.
Yeah. Okay.
There are a lot of different beings that can go in and out of dimensions.
Yeah.
Those are very special.
Mm-hmm.
To name one is what we mentioned many times because that
Yeah.
being is very special. Is the one you call Sasquatch and Bigfoot
Mm-hmm.
because they can disappear and reappear. They can run really fast. Some people see them. Looks like when they're running, they look they're floating instead of running because they run so fast. When you see them run, they do not hop like when you see humans run. Their bodies hop up and down. When the Bigfoot run, they look like they're floating
Floating.
because they
Yes.
run so fast that their bodies do not jump up and down. They're running so fast they can run up hills, they can run up mountains.
Is it like they're gliding, kind of
Right,
flying?
they're gliding. That's what you
Yes.
call it. And they pop in and out of dimensions.
Yeah.
Some people say some people see a ball of light and all of a sudden they'll see a Bigfoot. The ball of
Oh,
light
I
is a
see.
Bigfoot popping in from their portals to your dimension.
Okay. Yeah. Is it true that they are humans that were not changed by the Anunnaki?
No, those are totally different.
That
Those are beings on their own. They were not created.
so
Well, they were created by source, but they were not created by another alien being.
the Bigfoot, you mean?
Yes.
So they were not a pre a old version of a human.
No, they are a totally different being.
Okay.
They have human qualities.
Uh-huh.
They have an intestinal system. They actually go to the bathroom like humans do.
Yeah.
They think like humans do.
Hmm.
But see, what most people don't know is that they're actually smarter than you humans because they always separate things. They don't see those beings flying ships. Those beings can fly ships as well. See, a lot of people think they're just dumb,
Right.
what you call apes, that just run around and scaring people. That is not what they are. They're real intelligent beings that can fly ships. No
Okay.
one have even seen them get off a ship yet. That's why they don't associate them with ships.
Huh.
But they can fly ships because they're their own being.
So they're very advanced.
They're way more advanced than humans.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Um, I noticed some girls in my group said that their healing gifts were, well, they were able to heal. I think they just like got a gift to heal. Is that happening to people?
Everyone on your planet can heal themselves. They
Hmm.
just found out that they could do it.
It sounds like they said that they were able to help others more than in the past.
Yes,
Why would that happen?
because they're finding their gifts. Everyone has the same gift. Everyone can heal themselves, and some people can heal other people.
Mm.
They can do that.
Okay, okay.
Every human on your planet can do that. They were
Mm.
just conditioned to think they can't do that because they depend on what you call doctors.
So some of us can heal other people then.
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes, some people can do that. And a
Okay.
lot of people keep it a secret because your government will dispose of them if they find out.
Oh, if they can heal others?
Yes,
Oh.
because they will lose money. If someone's going around
Oh.
healing everybody, you won't need any doctors.
These are BQH practitioners. Would they be in, um, uh, like, not safe if they can do that?
If they do it in private, they will be safe.
They'd be safe.
They can't be broadcasting it because that is not safe.
Oh, I see. Okay. And there's something I've read about a Merkaba, creating a Merkaba around yourself. Is that a real thing?
That is what they call it.
Uh-huh. What is that?
It's just an energy field.
Uh-huh.
That is all it is.
What is it for? Is it a protection or a?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
it is for protection.
Okay.
That is what I was saying before when I told you earlier. If you wanted to live in the 5D, you could put 5D in your home.
Oh,
If you
I
just keep
see.
people away from you, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be an actual contraption.
Uh-huh.
It could be your home. You don't have to build one. You could build one, but you don't really need to. Your
Yeah.
home could be that same contraption.
Yeah, some people have written books saying that you need to advance to the place where you create that.
Yes.
And I wondered if that was really necessary or just a thing that people learned they could do.
It is actually very necessary.
Okay. Okay.
That's how you
Oh,
keep your
okay.
sanity. If you keep your sanity,
Yeah.
you keep everything for yourself.
Mhm.
Everyone does not need to know your business.
I see. Yes, I noticed they said that when they did that, those who watch or pay attention to us sometimes would show up.
Yes.
Because they disappeared apparently off the whatever they can see us on. I guess what they scan us, right? They scan
Yes.
and listen. Yeah.
Yes.
And so if somebody disappears, that's a trigger.
Yes.
Kind. Okay.
Yes.
It sounds like they are safe if they do some other things. So I guess you have to be careful doing that.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So those who have mastered that, I think it was a book called Waking Up in 5D, or the same author who wrote about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good one. They found the secret.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a good book.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. And then what is ascension? When people say ascension, are we truly ascending later? Because
That is the same that we explained to earlier. Even when I told you about the sunlight and everyone is feeling everything, that is ascension.
Okay.
When you start seeing light, you start seeing things, you start finding out the secrets, everything's starting to feel different to you. You start to get away from your religious concepts. That is what you call awakening.
Okay.
Because you're starting to think for yourself. And you're starting to see things that you've never seen before. You're starting to feel things you never felt before. And that is what you call ascension.
If we die, it would be the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you're ascending on your planet, is what you call it, that is the same thing. It's almost as dying and coming here. Because you're starting to see things. You start to believe everything is different.
Yeah.
You're getting tired of all the lies that you've been told.
Right.
That you know that is not true because it made no sense in your life whatsoever.
Right.
You was not benefiting from it at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like it was a waste of time.
Yeah.
That is ascending.
So you've told me we are always perfect. I remember when, originally I asked where I was from, and I thought, oh, I'm on a high level, but then I learned everyone was from that level. We don't have levels, right?
There are no levels.
So ascension is that it's not going to another level. Is it just waking up and remembering who we are?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are no levels at all.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Because some people think of it as we have to reach that or we will not make it to the new earth.
That is exactly right.
That is right? Meaning?
What you just said is exactly right.
So if we don't reach that, we won't go to the new earth?
You have to ascend. But when you ascend, the new earth is going to come regardless. You do not have to be anything when a new earth comes. When a new earth comes, everyone will change instantly. Some will be having trouble with it. Like I said, they're going to need help with it. But everyone will ascend eventually. No one will be left behind.
I see.
Like I told you, there are no rules. There are no rules.
And I think a while ago you said you'll make it so the time seems like we all go at the same time or something like that.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Because I know some people have asked me, like, I'm worried about my son. What if they don't, go? And I said, well, I think that they told me that it will seem like we all go at the same time.
It will be that way.
Okay. So there's nothing to worry about.
There's a misconception on your planet. Everyone, like I said, likes to put things in boxes. They think everyone is different.
Okay.
You are all the same, no matter what.
Okay. May I ask one last quick question? Or are you still there?
No. Did you say you have one more question?
Well, I had a question for a friend. I don't know if you can answer this or not. She is having headaches and I wondered why. And I don't know if you can help or not. But
that is something that can be cured a conventional way.
Conventional way? Like a regular medicine way?
Yes. Okay. That is just a conventional thing. Okay. You could probably help her with that.
Oh, okay. Yes. Do you have any other messages for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone on your planet and in the universe needs to stay positive. Keep feeling the light from the sun because something is coming.
Yes, yes.
That is all I can say. Something very big is coming. I'm not going to tell you when, but it is coming. And everyone will be ready for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see if we can bring. I think Daddy will be back in just a minute, Cookie. Yeah. Okay, Travis. Listen to my voice. And as you do, you're going to come out of this trance. You're going to feel so good. Your body is going to feel different, renewed. Because the angels have worked on you and your higher self has. One, you're coming out. You're feeling good, positive energy coursing through your body. Yes, you're feeling happy. Two, you're coming out, you're laughing. You're happy, happy, happy. Three, coming out more and more. Four, coming out. And five, all the way out. What was that about? You are laughing and your eyes are shining. What's that?
I saw Kogi's head. I saw Kogi's head go like, he went, he's like, what? He came right in my face like, yeah. I was like, what the hell? What? I saw Kogi's head like, I saw Kogi's head, his head came like shoot him. His head came shoot him and he went, rah! I was like, oh, why did he do that?
That doesn't make any sense.
His head just came shooting in my face and he just be out in my face like, yeah.
I see. Why did he do that?
I don't know. Because I was like, all I see was like clouds, and all of a sudden, I was like, I see Coke heads go. I
start talking to you about coming out and feeling good, and then all of a sudden you start laughing, and Coke was like meowing at
That
you.
was funny. It was like I see clouds outside. I see Coke's head go.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what the hell?
You crazy thing.
Coke,
You crazy nut.
why'd you do that, kid?
I think he's probably hungry.
That was hilarious. Coke, were you yelling at me?
You crazy thing. You crazy kitty. Coke, you're a nut.
It was funny. Like
you are a funny cat.
It's like his head came out of nowhere. He went,
oh my god, okay. Alright, I'm gonna turn off this recording. Okay, so we're signing out with the crazy cat. Alright, we're gonna feed him lunch. I think it's 1 o'clock. That's probably what's up. Okay, alright, bye.
That was hilarious.